We're joined by representatives from Scotstown here. We have the captain, James Turley. Of course, we have the manager, Mattie Mc Gleenan, and the liaison officer here with us, Connolly, as well. I'm going to turn to the captain. First things first, James, leading the team out, St Cheernocks Park, as defending champions in the county final on Sunday. A nice honour.
Yeah, oh, great. When Matt came to me at the start of the year and told me that I was going to be captain for the year, it was a great honour for me, and I was looking forward to days like Sunday. Like, I was thinking that it's a possibility that I could be leading the team out and possibly lifting the trophy at the end of the day, which would be personally a great honour for me.
Yeah, and obviously then as well, I suppose there were so many barren years maybe there for Scotstown when they weren't contesting. Well, they were contesting these finals, but the silverware wasn't there, and you finally broke that duck last year. And I'm assuming once you've got that sort of expectation off the shoulders, there's nearly a freedom with the team.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is, I suppose, but we're not taking anything for granted. We played a couple of the games we played in the championship this year. We ourselves, I'd say, wouldn't be fully happy with. We're still, we've still a lot to work on, but we're getting there. We've definitely, since we've broken the duck, we're a lot more confident as a team. But we've still, a long way to go in terms of getting to the level of beating Clontibbert on Sunday, because Clontibbert have been, the kingpins of Monaghan have been the past 10 years, so they have been there. They're used to this environment, and we're only new to it. So. We're still in a big learning curve, and I'm just hoping that we can get the rub of the green and all goes well for us on Sunday.
Mattie, it was you that got them onto that learning curve. Maybe, as I said, Scotstown had been thereabouts, but just couldn't get over the line. You got them over the line last year, and I'm assuming, maybe as I had alluded there to James, that something maybe lifted off the shoulders, and maybe they can approach this game with a little bit more ease this year.
I don't think you can approach a county final with ease. Clontibbert. They're going to take a serious ask on Sunday, and we'll have to be at our very, very best to beat them. We were fantastic last year in terms of what we did in terms of winning the championship. Was a fantastic year and a great end to the year in terms of that there. But this is a new season. The attitude of the players, absolutely fabulous. They're easily the best players I've ever worked with in my life. Their attitude, their commitment, their endeavour, their work rate. They're a fantastic group of lads, even in terms of their approach to their game, in terms of their diet, in terms of nutrition. They've really looked after themselves, got themselves in shape, and they're in the right place and hopefully at the right time, and they're ready to play on Sunday.
You've probably wrapped it all up there. That's where the level of club football has got to. We're probably maybe used to hearing that sort of talk when it come to an inter-county scene, but that is fed down through the system, and it's probably coming off the back of the fact as well that Scotstown have quite a representation of inter-county players there, and I'm assuming maybe they rub off then on the lads that surround them and the club players that surround them. Yeah,
well, put I guess Ben Bacon sandwiches have been absolutely fantastic all year. Ben has them all spoiled, they have their salad sandwiches, and we've argued over the mayonnaise bit, but Ben has kept us right. The chicken tikka seems to be the speciality of the process. No, listen, I can't say enough about this Scotstown group of lads. They're absolutely fantastic, from Rory Bacon through to all the starting 15 and even into the subs. We played through last Sunday there in a league game, and the subs, the challenge and the effort they put in to say they want to be a part of this Sunday's affair and they want to be a part of making a difference and helping us across the line to win the championship was absolutely outstanding and amazing in terms of their contribution to the team. We're not a 15-man team in Scotstown. In fact, I would argue over the next 6 or 7 years, the potential within Scotstown is absolutely overwhelming, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. If we play at our potential this Sunday, and that's all I ask of the players, whatever they do, they play their hearts out, they respect the jersey, play their hearts out, play their best. If that's not good enough on Sunday, then good luck to Clontibbert. But that's all we want of our players, that they give their best, and for the 70 minutes they play the shirt of their backs. I was up at the county final on Sunday, and Carrickmore was a point up in injury time, and they were celebrating having won the cup, and Omo on the next kick of the ball up the field stuck in the net, and the change in that there is absolutely amazing. But one team hadn't give up, and that's the secret on Sunday. It'll come down to Sunday till a point in the game where it's who blinks first. Now that's what we have been training the Scotstown boys all year for, in terms of when that moment comes in the game on Sunday where it's going to be decided who wants this game the most, then I'm hoping the boys in blue will be the men that'll say this is ours and this is our time.
Yeah, and I suppose maybe reflecting back, and I know you not reflect back on last year and 12 months ago, being there, done that, lifted the cup. It's the same opposition, and what Mark maybe was speaking to the Clontarf lads, they maybe will have learned lessons from that. Is there anything you could have learned from it as well, if you were to reflect back on that game? Everything clicked on that day?
Listen, it's one of those days with everything that we planned and put in place just happened. The change rooms that particular day, the one abiding memory I have is that prior to the game, the change room was so relaxed. Everybody was ready to play. Everybody felt they understood their roles and responsibilities in the game. And in terms of that there, I remember in the change room, and it was actually Nicholas Corrigan come running in and saying, "Hey boys, they're actually looking us out onto this football field." And it was strange because everybody just went out onto the football field. And you just knew they were ready to play. Now that's what we've been working towards for Sunday, is getting the players into that position where they're all ready to play and perform to their best. Last year, the county final, every Scotstown player played his best, and we were absolutely fabulous and a pleasure to watch. Amazing to have it on national TV with TG Cahir last year, and great for everybody involved. This year's a new challenge. The cup is there. Whoever wants it the most will get it. It's a challenge to do things differently in terms of Sunday's preparation, that we're ready for the Clontarf Challenge.
Ready for the Clontarf Challenge, Kevin, and I suppose you were delighted to get it back last year into the complex. And the thing about it was that Scotstown had never really went away. They'd been there or thereabouts, maybe looking back on the heady days of the 80s, barring in the 90s, and kind of then when it come back into this decade, you started maybe to start knocking on the door. You finally opened the door last year, and I'm assuming then that was all that was needed.
Yeah, it was getting over the line was the big thing, because we've been in finals in 2004 and 2011, and you didn't get over the line, and you started to question yourself. But since Mattie has come in, and Colin and Mick, they've put a belief in the boys that they're good enough in that, and that's what took them over the line last year. Their attitude and everything, and even the atmosphere around the parish, seeing the boys in league games and each championship game, and the way they went around the business outside of football and that, there put a belief in the club.
Yeah, and I suppose in fairness, the players was always there, and the panel was always there, and maybe they were being developed and brought along, and it just took maybe something like Mattie to come in, maybe just to gel it.
Yeah, certainly. It was something different we did last year. And it was talked about for a good while when Mattie and that came in. But they done the boys, in fairness, they rode in behind them, and they have really listened to what that Mattie and Connolly and Mc Gleenan has said. And they've taken it to a new level, to be honest. In preparations, how they go about it, they're down at training and times. There is no messing about. Everything's done in detail now, and you can see the players. They look up to it, and they respect that, and they go to it as well.
You mentioned there about the parish and the detail, and we were down through Scotstown there as well, and I remarked the bunting and the flags and the colours all out. I remarked that the lads from Clontarf, it's a wonderful time for the parish and the community as well.
Yeah, well, the funny thing was this year for the bunting, we didn't have to go and buy new bunting. We had it there from last year. Every county final we went to was more money for bunting and flags, and that's a strange feeling that you can go back to the press and it's there from last year. Clontarf have it there regular probably, but and it was a strange feeling. You can go to the press, get the bunting out, and there's no hiding down. We could have put it up straight away.
I suppose finally maybe I'll just turn back to yourself, James, and the thing about it, and again Mattie had mentioned there about the panel of players, it's not just 15 on the field anymore, and I'm sure you feel at the times as well when you were at training that there's probably somebody here mad to take the jersey of my back and look for a start too,
okay.
And that's good.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what a good team is all about, and thankfully in Scotstown at the moment we have 20 to 25 players who could make the 15, those 10 outside the 15 could make the 15 very easily, and it's that competition for places that drives us on at training every night, to train as hard as we go into playing then, because of the competition for places. So everybody in the team knows that their position isn't safe, so hopefully we all have good games on Sunday, because there's a guy that could step into your place the next day, and that's the way it's a great thing for the club, because I'm a part of the team now since 2005, 2006 we made my debut, and it's we've never had a panel of players like this, and it's a credit to the young boys that have come into it. The minors have come into it of late, and they're pushing too, so we're in a good place.
You just mentioned there about being from 2006, and I suppose you often wonder would days like this come about, but then when you think about there's other players maybe that was on the panel that never got to see these days. Yeah,
that's true, and you have to feel for them. But I know how it feels. It was I got injured at the wrong time when I was playing with Monaghan, and I missed out on Ulster title myself, so I know how it feels, and you know, but I know that all those players are delighted for us, and you know, I was thinking for a long time would it happen, especially after 2011. But since Matt, just echoing what Kevin said, since Matt and the Connolly and Mick have come in, you know, they've changed it to a new level, and all the boys have rode in behind them and are you know, we hang off their every word, and
Good to go.
yeah, good to go.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.